Hey guys, so today we're starting off the video a little bit more serious because of the things that have been happening in the world right now. So as you guys know, George Floyd was actually murdered by a police officer. That is the fact of the matter. We need change and we need the protests that are happening right now to keep on happening so that we can hopefully, you know, stop it as much as possible. But I just want to say, obviously, I'm not trying to come off as insensitive or anything by filming these videos. I uploaded 2 videos now without addressing this because they were pre-filmed before any of this went down. So this is my first time saying it on camera. I'm going to leave just any links to donations or any petitions that you guys can sign in the description, as well as the pinned comment. I know not a lot of people go into the description. Most people will just see the pinned comment because that's, you know, the first thing you see when you go into the comment section. So I'm hoping that kind of gives you guys more guidance of where you can find things that you can use to help or to just simply educate yourself on what's happening in America right now and many places in the world, but mainly America, considering how the government and everything functions over there. England's not much better, just in case anyone was wondering. No, the UK isn't better. So I'm not going to sit here and act like I can describe to you what black people are feeling right now, because I'm not black and I'm not a black person living in a racist country that doesn't like, well, that's a very soft word, that hates black people and is racist towards black people. So what I am going to do is leave you guys links to videos about the situation from black creators that I watch and that I enjoy. So I know that As Told by Kenya filmed a video on this. I know Amanda, who I've obviously spoken about a lot on this channel, has spoken about this, and I'm going to put any other links to any other people that I find, as well as the petitions and as well as the donations. I hope that helps anyone, but I hope this video helps to maybe just for a second take your mind off things, and then you can go back to obviously doing your part in this whole thing. So I know that's a really serious way to start this video that is then going to turn into just me talking about very pointless drama, but I'm hoping that maybe I'm hoping it just kind of takes your mind away from the really horrible things that are happening in the world right now. So without further ado, let's get into it. So Jake Paul was taking part in looting. So if you guys don't know, with the protests right now, people are going out and peacefully protesting their case and human rights. Some people have taken it too far to, you know, looting and whatever, but I'm not going to focus on that because matter of fact is an innocent man is dead. Like, I don't care if Target gets looted, they'll be just fine. Insurance companies exist for a reason, they will be fine. But people have been destroying things, and then it seems like the peaceful protesters get blamed for stuff that they have not done. So it's just, obviously the media is going to hyper focus now on the damage created and just things they shouldn't be focusing on, because matter of fact is most people are peacefully protesting. So where does that take me? Jake Paul. Jake Paul went out with his vlog camera, and I don't know what he was essentially trying to do. I think he was trying to get content out of this because he lives in a world that is YouTube focused and YouTube centered. There is nothing in his life other than YouTube. I get this is a job. It's a job for me as well. It's basically just my only source of income, and like, you know, that means that your life is gonna semi-center around it, just like most people's jobs are center of their attention. But when you look at everything as content, you need to take a step back and need to take a break. So he left with his vlog camera and started filming things. And then he was actually, in some of the videos, it seems like one of his friends handed him a vodka, like a bottle of vodka that he stole from one of the shops that were being looted. And yeah, he just holds it like it's some kind of a trophy, and they're vlogging and filming stuff while there are protests for human rights happening. Yeah, there is no part of me, I already said this, I hate Jake Paul, frankly. Like, there is no redeeming qualities in Jake Paul that I see personally. If you see any different, let me know, but I don't agree. And that's fine, we can have different opinions, by the way, just in case anyone thought that, you know, that means I'm saying your opinion isn't valid. I just don't agree with it. So he then put out a statement saying, to be absolutely clear, neither I nor anyone in our group was engaged in any looting or vandalism. Well, that is in fact false. For context, we spent the day doing our part to peacefully protest one of the most horrific injustices our country has ever seen. I heard through the grapevine that one of his friends posted a video or something along those lines. I think I saw it in a Spill Search video where one of his friends posted stories or a video of him partying all day. So I'm not sure what protest you were talking about. This could be wrong. I didn't look that part of myself. I got all of this, but then last minute I heard about that and didn't add it in. But I did hear that they were partying all day long. So I'm not sure where you were during the day in these protests, but sure, it surely wasn't outside protesting with people, which led to us being tear gassed for filming the events and brutality that were unfolding in Arizona. We were gassed and forced to keep moving on foot. We filmed everything we saw in an effort to share our experience and bring more attention to the anger felt in every neighborhood we traveled through. We are strictly documenting, not engaging. I do not condone violence, looting, or breaking the law. However, I understand the anger and frustration that led to the destruction we witnessed. And while it's not the answer, it's important that people see it and collectively figure out how to move forward in a healthy way. We are all doing the best we can to be helpful and raise awareness. This is not the time to attack each other, it's time to join together and evolve. What I'm hearing here is a lot of excuses and then, oh guys, stop attacking me, we should be focusing on the good stuff. Yeah, it's time to join together and evolve, but it's also time to call you out on your shit when you do things. So one doesn't exclude the other. We're allowed to focus on two things at once. Most of us have a pretty high IQ, I'd say, and we are allowed to multitask. We can, in fact, focus on human rights as well as focusing on people that do shitty things. Then people were doing makeup looks to do with the Black Lives Matter movement as well as the George Floyd murder, putting, you know, I can't breathe across their mouths. Some even more tragic to the point where they painted their faces brown to imitate George Floyd. Let that one sink in for a moment. But even the ones that just say, you know, I can't breathe. Like, what was the point of that? You can just, you know, share a link to a petition or a donation and you will be just fine. Trust me. Like, there is no need for you to write, I can't breathe across your mouth. That is not doing anything, absolutely anything, but making you look like a fool. Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought we were past this when, like, the wildfires happened in Australia and everyone was, like, painting wildfires on their faces. And then, wasn't there another one where people were just painting stuff on their face for absolutely no reason whatsoever? I know people have mixed opinions about, like, you know, painting stuff and doing stuff with makeup. Some people say it's some people's like creative outlet and that's how they spread awareness, but you can also just speak out, make a statement, talk about it from the bottom of your heart, just say what you feel about the situation and then direct people in the right direction, rather than what I'm seeing is a lot of the people that do the makeup looks don't actually have any links. Like, I remember, I'm not saying in this particular situation, but I remember in the Australian wildfires thing, Cole Carrigan made that wildfires makeup look and I don't think okay, anyway, I'm not even gonna make false allegations right now because that's rude, but I'm pretty sure some people do these makeup looks and don't even, you know, link to any donations or any petitions. They just do it for the sake of it, put a hashtag on it and call it a day. So let's not do that. Now, we can get into slightly more simple things, simple content, less angering, you know, just a little bit more chill, something we can laugh about. Manny MUA recently shaded either Jeffree Star or Jaclyn Hill. I'm not sure, but it could really fit both of them and it could be about both of them. Except, aren't Manny and Jaclyn Hill friends? Or was it? Yeah, I think they're friends. I think he's still friends with James Charles, Jaclyn Hill and Laura Lee. Potentially, so this could be about Jeffree Star because he's, you know, he's not friends with Jeffree Star anymore. I mean, who is, right, at this point? Where he released blushes recently, like a palette of 6 blushes, and then it sold out within about, I think he said like 20 minutes or something, and he then said in a video that he would be restocking the palette as soon as possible, which isn't anytime soon. He said it would take about 6 to 8 weeks to, you know, order the packaging and the formula and just everything to do with it and then sell it, you know, package it, ship it, whatever. And he said that would take about 6 to 8 weeks for a restock. And then he says, because I'm not one of those people that pretends something sold out to bring more hype to it and then restock it in 2 weeks, because nothing can get restocked in 2 weeks if there is no excess stock. And that's not what restock is. A restock is, as the name would suggest, restocking something that isn't in stock comes back into stock because it gets created, rather than just having allocated stock for a restock, because that is just building hype. So I think he was shading Jeffree Star because around the same time that he released the blushes, Jeffree Star was releasing his cremated palette and he said that palette sold out in 20 minutes. I think, was it Jeffree Star that said 20 minutes? These tweets really just get me confused. Anyway, both sold out very quickly. So Jeffree Star said the cremated palette sold out and then that he was going to be restocking it in 2 weeks time. So obviously this is a little bit of shade, a little bit of tea. Anyway, I don't mind Manny. I think he's been, you know, kind of shunned by people because of his Jeffree Star feud. But as a matter of fact is he hasn't been in drama for a long time. And I can just accept that people grow and change. I think everyone is kind of new to the influencer scene. YouTube hasn't been around for long enough for people to know what to do and what not to do, who to trust, who not to trust. I think if someone's genuinely just not being super problematic, I think I can accept growth. And that's my own growth, accepting other people's growth. Because I think if this was me like 2 years ago, I would have been like, no, cancelled. Even a year ago, I would have been like, no, cancelled. Now I can kind of accept growth. As long as it's not like someone genuinely problematic, then I'm like, well, or like consistently problematic as well. Next thing is, do you guys remember when Kylie Jenner became the youngest self-made billionaire? A lot of people obviously had a problem with the phrase self-made because she was born into a rich family, which helped to get the opportunities that she had. She also was on a TV show, which was very popular, which gave her the following that she has, that she then was able to use to build a business off of. So technically self-made is not probably a way that I would describe Kylie Jenner, but the way Forbes described Kylie Jenner as self-made was because she didn't inherit a business. Like, you know how billionaires or millionaires will have a business that they then give to their kids, and the kids run it and they give it to their kids. That's kind of, you know, like the typical millionaire, billionaire lifestyle. With Kylie, she didn't inherit Kylie Cosmetics, like that didn't exist before Kylie existed, obviously. And she took the money that she obviously made from Keeping Up with the Kardashians and then used that to build Kylie Cosmetics. So I guess when they said self-made, they mean someone who didn't inherit the money that they have, because she didn't inherit anything from her parents. She like technically worked for it, but like it was obviously a lot easier for her than for someone like me or the other people. So Forbes made that article. They did a whole photo shoot with her, all good and well, you know, we kind of forget about it. We're like, oh, Kylie's a billionaire, cool. And then recently Forbes comes out with an article which is called The Web of Lies. I just bit my tongue. That was really fascinating. Kylie Jenner, Web of Lies, and why she's no longer a billionaire. So it says, I'm not gonna read the whole article because I think we'd be here all day, but it says earlier this year, Kylie Jenner sold half her cosmetics company in one of the greatest celebrity cash outs of all time. But the deal's fine print reveals that she has been inflating the size and success of her business for years. So then they talk about how Kylie Cosmetics even started. It started from a scandal technically, because everyone's saying she was getting lip injections, but she was saying that she wasn't, even though she was, and she admitted she was getting them, but she said she was just super like insecure about her lips, and then she was insecure about telling people that she was gonna, you know, get lip injections, so she got them, and then she kind of just lied. And then she created Kylie Cosmetics because she was selling this fantasy that like you could get these lips without filler if you just use her stuff, even though she couldn't get her lips without filler just using her stuff. She had to get filler and then use her stuff. So, you know, bit of a lie, but that's fine. So they talk about that lie. And then they talk about how she sold her brand, well, the Kylie Cosmetics, she sold 51% of the shares to Coty, who bought it for about 600 million. Then they talk about basically her tax returns and basically just how much money she made over the years, and then what Coty said. And then I'm not really a businessy economics type person. I'm not like, you know, into finance that much, even though I kind of wanted to do it, but you know, just seems a little boring. Any doubts that Kylie wasn't a billionaire was seemingly erased in November 2019 when 8.6 billion Coty announced it was snapping up 51% of Kylie Cosmetics for 600 million, which would then obviously insinuate that the company is worth more than $1 billion, effectively valuing the business at about 1.2 billion. The deal gave the struggling 116-year-old Coty a hip, social media savvy brand to help turn around its sagging balance sheet. It gave Kylie a major chance at expansion, plus a boatload of cash and apparently clear proof of her billionaire status. And then in a call with stock analysts, Coty's chief financial officer heralded the deal as a compelling financial equation that would help make Coty a modern, growing and profitable beauty player. The analysts were immediately skeptical. It looked like Coty was paying way too much for a celebrity brand that would prove to be just a fad, one charged. Another asked how Coty would be sure Kylie will remain committed to promoting the business in the years to come. Then there were Kylie's financials. Revenues over a 12-month period preceding the deal, $177 million, according to the Coty presentation, far lower than the published estimates at the time. More problematic, Coty said that the sales were up 40% from 2018, meaning the business only generated about 125 million that year, nowhere near the 360 million the Jenners had led Forbes to believe. Kylie's skincare line, which launched in May 2019, did 100 million in revenue in its first month and a half, Kylie's reps told us. The filings showed the line was actually on track to finish the year with just 25 million in sales. I think everybody was surprised, and that's basically what they're saying. They're basically saying that according to Coty and their financial reports, Kylie wasn't making as much as she claimed she was, which now, do you want to hear how much that puts her at? So instead of being a billionaire, she in fact is only worth 900 million. How will she ever live with that kind of a tragedy? 900 million. It's a peasant if I've ever heard of one. 900 million. Wow. I don't associate with broke. And then Kylie, I know, woke up fine on her fine whatever day this was morning, and she basically just said, why is everyone hyper-focusing on my money? Where did all of these lies come from? She's basically claiming that Forbes is lying and that they are using evidence that isn't really evidence. So they're basically using financial reports that apparently don't exist, that they are just making up rumors about her not being a billionaire. So she's still sticking with the fact that she's a billionaire, and they're sticking with the fact that she's not a billionaire. And that's where we're at with Kylie Jenner and her money, if anyone really cared. But also she is still worth, even if she's not a billionaire, and what Forbes is saying is 100% correct, she's worth 900 million. I don't think she cares. I'm sorry. If I had 900 million in assets of any sort and my bank account, I don't think I would care if someone's like, you're not a billionaire. Because 900 million, are you do you know what she can do with that? Wow. Anyway, if that was something you guys needed to hear today, that, you know, even despite Kylie Jenner apparently not being a billionaire, she's still richer than any of us will ever be. Cool. JK Rowling is threatening lawsuits on twitter.com. So someone, I didn't see the original tweet because it was deleted, obviously, because she threatened a lawsuit and she's JK Rowling, the richest author to be. So they obviously must have tweeted something about her being transphobic, allegedly, because that's what people have been saying over the years, that she is transphobic, because she has said pretty ignorant things about transgender people, whether she likes to admit it or not. but that is alleged information. Don't sue me, J.K. Rowling. I am broke. So J.K. Rowling in a tweet said, unless you want to hear from lawyers, you might want to rethink that tweet. I'm not wasting time arguing with willful misrepresentation of my views on transgenderism, which is a really weird way to say that. Your timeline shows you're not big on truth, but making serious insinuations like this comes with consequences. So I guess we're not allowed to say that about J.K. Rowling anymore. If you don't want to get sued, don't come for her. But yeah, I've seen some weird screenshots of her saying things that are definitely, you know, verging on ignorant, or, you know, I just don't want to get sued. So I'm just going to leave it at that. J.K. Rowling, please don't come for me. I literally cannot pay for a lawsuit against the richest author in the world, so let's not do that. I hope she's not transphobic. I genuinely do. Like, that's the bottom line, is I hope that she's not, and I hope that it's just her older age. Not that I'm saying she's old, but I'm just saying, you know, older generations tend to say things that are very ignorant a lot of the time. The next piece of tea is there is a YouTuber called Nina who Trisha Paytas allegedly stole money from. So I was sent this story. So Nina Rated tweeted out a video saying Trisha Paytas stole 16,000 from Nina unrated. So what happened was Trisha Paytas, I believe, used Nina's referral link, which means that 5% of the money that you make on OnlyFans goes to the person whose referral link you used. A matter of fact is Nina and Trisha Paytas had some beef in the past. So obviously I don't think Trisha Paytas realized what the terms and conditions of OnlyFans said about referral links, which is basically, yeah, so if you use someone's referral link, how many times am I going to say that? The person gets 5% of your income for the rest of your like OnlyFans career. And then Nina posted a video saying, I made 16,000 in a month from Trisha Paytas using my referral link. So you can kind of imagine how much Trisha Paytas makes a month. Like, do you guys realize that this is 5%? 5%. Trisha Paytas is loaded. No wonder she spends so much money on useless shit. If you were making that much money. But anyway, so Nina makes this video and the comments stop warning her, saying, hey, like, she might come for you, because Trisha Paytas has this way of coming for small creators, or just any creators as a matter of fact. She's copyright striked and copyright claimed small creators' videos in the past, and just done things like that. They usually get resolved, but it's still the stress of someone bigger coming for you. So this was obviously going to be a big deal. So Trisha Paytas then gets in touch with OnlyFans, allegedly, and tells them to like fix this, because she doesn't want Nina to make 16,000 off of her OnlyFans because they've had beef before. But then it's like, you signed up with her referral link. What did you think that was for? So from like literally day to day, Nina's 16,000 just disappears. She doesn't get paid out. And when she talks to OnlyFans, they said that they changed the rules now to say that the referral link only lasts a year. But the thing is, laws, just in general, like, laws don't work retrospectively, right? If like I was doing something and then a law changes, unless I was the case on which the law changed, it doesn't affect me. So I don't think the rules here should work any differently to the law. If you want to change the rules and say, oh, OnlyFans referral links only work a year, perfect, do that. But don't then take money away from people that were doing it before the new rule came in. So like, pay out her 16K, and then from that point on, don't pay her out for Trisha Paytas using her referral link anymore, if that's what you want to do. But you know, this is just such a strange situation to be in, because it's like, why is Trisha Paytas doing this? She should have known what referral links do. They're referral links for a reason. Usually the other person makes money from them. But also, too late, you did it. It's like, what do you expect? So I think just taking money from another creator because you had some beef with them, when like you knowingly use their referral link. Why would you use their referral link? Just use someone else's. What's the what? Anyway, so that's what happened. If you somehow still enjoy this video, even though it was obviously a little more serious at the start, and that's not usually what I like to do, but it's important to talk about these things, then leave a like or comment. I just feel really weird like trying to promo or plug stuff right now, because it's like not the right time or place to do it. So anyway, if you want to speak about anything in the comment section, then do that. Let's have a discussion about stuff, whether it's serious or non-serious. If you want to see more, hopefully not that serious things. However, I will be talking about this until the protests are over, so just prepare for that. It will usually be at the start of the video if you are uncomfortable with it for some reason. Obviously, I'm not talking to white people being uncomfortable with talking about race, but if you're just a black person that is just kind of done with hearing about the bad shit happening, then you can just skip that. But yeah, subscribe, hit that bell, you'll be notified when all of this is happening, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.